For years, when we thought of therapy animals, we pretty much pictured a dog, right? But what if I told you a quiet revolution has been taking place, maybe right on your own sofa? We're about to dive into some amazing evidence that suggests cats are stepping into incredible new roles as our therapeutic buddies.
It's a really interesting question, isn't it? We're going to look at the science and the stories that suggest for a lot of cats, the answer is a big yes. And this isn't just about having a cute pet around. We're talking about a powerful partner for our emotional and maybe even our physical health. And just like that, everything feels a bit lighter. It's a moment so many cat owners recognize. But what's new is that we're learning this isn't just some random happy accident. It could be a sign of a much, much deeper ability that science is just now starting to catch up with.
All right, so to really appreciate what's happening with cats, we first have to talk about the animal that's owned the spotlight for so long. For decades, there's been one very clear hero in the therapy animal world, but that's all starting to shift.
You know the picture. Dogs are the classic heroes. They've got that boundless enthusiasm, that very visible, active kind of support. But cats? Well, they're the quiet contenders. Their superpower isn't about big, energetic displays. It's about their calm presence and what feels like this deep, intuitive empathy. They've been waiting in the wings, and now it seems like it's finally their turn.
This whole idea of intuitive empathy just comes alive when you hear the stories from owners. One person said their cat was like a former nurse, describing how it would just instinctively sit close to anyone who was sick, family members, even the family dog when it was nearing its end. It's these kinds of powerful, real-world stories that really got researchers thinking.
So, stories are one thing, but they naturally lead to the big question. What does the science actually say? Well, a really important study from Washington State University started to give us some solid answers by figuring out the specific traits that make certain cats so well-suited for this work. Now, of course, this doesn't mean every cat is built for therapy work. The researchers pinpointed some key characteristics. Things like low reactivity, so they don't freak out in a new place, a high tolerance for being handled by different people, and, of course, a generally calm and sociable personality. But what's really fascinating is this last one. The best cats for the job often have what's described as an almost dog-like sociability.
I just love this quote because it gives you such a perfect visual, right? Part monkey, part dog, with a little cat. It's that uniquely engaging, interactive personality. The kind of cat that's chatty or plays fetch that really sets them apart. They aren't just sitting there. They're active, almost conversational companions.
Okay, hold on. Because this is where the story gets pretty wild. It goes beyond just comfort. Some of these stories suggest that cats might have an almost, supernatural knack for sensing danger before we do. Yeah, a sixth sense. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but the real stories are honestly jaw-dropping. Let's take one of the most incredible examples, a cat's ability to detect a really dangerous medical condition.
So here's what was happening. An owner had a condition where they'd just pass out in their sleep, but their cats, it was like they were on a coordinated mission. The second it happened, they would sense it, and they'd spring into action, batting at and meowing to wake up other people in the house, literally leading them to the person in distress. And this wasn't just a one-off event. It happened over and over again.
The owner themselves called it rather heroic, and, how can you argue with that? Just imagine these tiny animals rallying help from humans that are 10 or 20 times their size. The big question is, how? The leading theory is that they might be picking up on tiny chemical changes in our bodies, things on our breath or skin that we can't detect at all.
Okay, so beyond these incredibly dramatic life-saving moments, maybe the biggest impact these feline heroes have is on our mental and emotional health. This is where their quiet, steady support really, really shines.
I mean, just look at these examples. For someone stuck in lockdown, their cat became a lifeline, sensing their depression and just refusing to leave their side. For someone else, their cat was the best friend that could soothe them in a way no person could. And my favorite might be the whole home therapist cat, who literally made nightly rounds to cuddle with every single person in the house.
And this really gets at the core difference. A dog's amazing energy can sometimes feel like a pressure, like you should be happy. But a cat offers something different. It's a quieter, non-judgmental presence. They aren't trying to fix you, they're just there. And that simple, warm presence can be an incredibly powerful reminder that you're not alone. So, if we know cats have this incredible potential, what do we do about it? How do we go from just recognizing these amazing abilities to actually putting them to work to help more people?
Just let this sink in. Almost a third of all homes in the U.S. have a cat. That means there are millions of these potential heroes living among us as we speak. The scale of this resource, just quietly purring in our living rooms, is absolutely massive.
And this isn't just wishful thinking. There's already a real path to make this happen. Organizations like Pet Partners are already out there officially certifying cats as therapy animals. They have a whole process to check a cat's temperament to make sure it's a good fit for places like hospitals, schools, or nursing homes. It proves we can formalize this incredible instinct.
So, for all of you watching who have a cat, this is kind of an invitation to just observe, pay attention. Do they seem to know when you're feeling down? Do they come to comfort you? Maybe that quiet little friend of yours has exactly what it takes. Turning that instinct into action could literally change lives.
And that brings us right back to our big question. The next time your cat curls up next to you, just take a second and really look at them. Are they just a pet? Or are they maybe a quiet guardian, a furry therapist, a secret hero just waiting to be noticed? It's a thought that might just change the way you see your friend forever.